ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Some big news coming out of the IFBB. That's the world governing body for bodybuilding and fitness, concerning the suspension of Joel Stubbs, the president of the Bahamas Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation. CAC Vice President Danny Sumner made the announcement earlier today.
Joel Stubbs is still recognized as the president of the IFBB. I will also state that the IFBB have found that Joel Stubbs is clear of any wrongdoing that was perpetrated by those people who were trying to diminish his legacy as an athlete and as a president.
The suspension came about after a show was hosted here in the Bahamas in December, and some penalties are still expected to be handed down to those who took part.
The IFBB is still reviewing the matters individually. The Bahamas Anti-Doping Association, in conjunction with WADA, will be the determining factor as to the length of time of suspension or even expulsion.
For Stubbs, his exoneration comes with mixed emotions.
Really shocked as to the way how things had happened, but I knew within myself what I'd done was transparent. It was fair, it was honest, and so I had nothing to really hang my head and worry about. I just had to submit the evidence or the document or the information that needed the IFBB head office needed in order to clear myself.
With Stubbs being cleared, the Federation's elections can now take place, and Stubbs will be seeking re-election to the president's post.
The reason being is I still see the potential of a few athletes in the lineup that still are knocking right at the door to get pro cards, to move their career and their goal along to the higher level. And this is why I told my executive team, let's stick with this for a little longer. Let's hang in there. Let's allow these athletes to get to the platform where they want to. And maybe by that time, the reason being there will be somebody in the pipeline that will show the endeavor, fortitude that they would love to be the president, and we can see that individual as to maybe be able to help pass this on to that individual.
The BAISS Private School Soccer Championships kicking off yesterday at the Roscoe Davies pitch. The junior girls taking to the field first with the Comets of Queen's College up against Sack's Big Red Machine. The Comets' defense was strong, and behind stellar play from their goalie, they would cruise to a 3-0 win to take home the title.
The game was tough. We just after the first goal, we just had to keep up the intensity because we really played lower than expected in the first half, and the second half was much better.
Well, honestly, we take it as not the team captain. We're all one player. We listen to each other and get the job done.
For the last 3 years, we actually beat SAC in the finals, and I feel like we had something to prove. So it really feels good.
We had a tough season. Can't really say it was that hard, but we've been practicing a lot, and I'm really happy.
On to the senior boys now, which pitted the Lyford Key Dragons up against the Aces of Aquinas. The Dragons provided the fire, and that forced the Aces to fold. Lyford Key going back-to-back, completing the two-peat with a 3-1 victory.
I think we played very well, first of all, so I have to give it to my team, and I scored a pretty good goal, so I'll give it to myself too, but we played good, and I'm happy that we won.
Well, it's our second year here, and last year we lost, but we had to come back and win this year, and we worked hard this year, because we knew we had a chance from last year, and we worked hard, and we got the win.
I feel like the big players and everybody stepped up to the occasion. We were all ready for this match for the entire week after beating St. John's, so I feel like we were all ready for this match, and we were all really hyped to go into this game.
Alongside the high school championships, the Bahamas Football Association also underway with postseason action in its club season, and so far, so good.
They've had more games this year, and that's what we want. We want more and more games. We want more and more people playing football, and they're beginning to wind down. We had playoffs with the under-15s last week, so to say, and that was again, two very good games. United came in third, beating Cavalier, and then Western Warriors at the U15s, they beat Dynamos to win that championship. So it was great.
After spending some time training here at home, pro boxer Sherman the Tank Williams returned to his base in Florida, putting in some last-minute work ahead of his fight this weekend at the Kendall Isaacs Gym.
Training was well, timing is good, just ready to rumble. Backyard rumble, Saturday night to be the place to be. Feeling great, feeling fast, my timing is on. Somebody's going to get the Kong punch. My timing is good and I feel really strong, so yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to Saturday.
It came down to a decisive Game 7 to decide a champion in Division 2 in the New Providence Basketball Association last night. And from the jump, it was all about the defending champion Breezes High Flyers. They were on a mission against the pennant-winning Your Essential Store Giants. Breezes led 27-19 after one, increased that advantage to 46-33 at the break. Giants able to make a bit of a run in the third, but still trailed 62-55. And in the fourth, the Flyers, they would go on for another title, completing a three-peat, winning 91-78. Flyers now moving on to the Bahamas Basketball Federation's Bunny Lavardi Round Robin Nationals, which tip off on Thursday at the AF Adderley Gym. With trials over and the squad named, members of the 242 CARIFTA team ready for the games in the Cayman Islands Easter weekend. Oscar Smith, Sean Miller, and Matthew Thompson will all represent the Bahamas in the under-20 boys division.
This season's been up and down for me, mostly down. Early season, I got a hamstring injury, so I was battling with that for a little while. I didn't compete how I wanted to at BISS. I didn't compete nationals. I had to sit that out. But God made a way. I came back in time for the trials, qualified, so it should be good.
I just want to represent my country well. Hopefully bring back the gold medal and retain the title again. I want a medal, represent my country, and I want to have fun and PR. I feel pretty healthy right now, just going through the motion with it. Had a pretty good season so far, so I'm looking just to continue with it and stay undefeated.
This is my third CARIFTA games. Last year, came third in the 110-meter hurdles. That was my first CARIFTA medal ever. I was pretty excited about that. I've been to the World Juniors in Tampere, Finland last year. That's one of the biggest stages ever for a junior, so I have no pressure. I'm going over there with the mindset that I could win this thing and hopefully contribute a medal to my team.
Former president of the Bahamas Softball Federation and current president of the English Caribbean Amateur Softball Confederation, Burkett Dorset, officially inducted into the World Baseball Softball Confederation Hall of Fame over the weekend at Government House. While he was all smiles about the honor, Dorset knows his work in the sport that is far from done, and a big focus now will be on the youth.
They have just added 4 youth division for world tournament, world championship and so forth, for 12 and under, 16 and under, 18 and under, 23 and under. The president for KERRIE and Valeski as the chairman, they are in Switzerland as I speak. Sort of finalizing those various championships right now. We've discussed them at length at our winter meeting last October in Colombia. So now we're putting in place the final touches to get those things implemented.
Danielle Thompson will travel to Peru on Saturday to represent the Bahamas next week in Fed Cup tennis action. Thompson is currently in her first year on the tour as a professional.
It has been a rough start, you know, you can't start off on the top. I've been training in Florida and playing in competition there, and like I said, the tennis pool is very large, so when you leave here you think that you got it all, but then you go out there and you see there are more people out there that plays and everyone's training and practicing to be the best.
KERRIE Cartwright will also represent the Bahamas at Fed Cup as a player captain. She too is on the pro tour, having played at that level for a few years now.
I've been trying to coach a few young players in Florida also, so just been working with that, and honestly that's been helping me a lot with my game, coaching, seeing how I can help the other players, and reflecting that onto my game has helped me a lot.
Sydney Clarke is the youngest member of the Fed Cup team. She's still a junior, fine-tuning her skills at the Windsor School's Albany Academy.
Practice-wise, I've just been putting extra fitness, really, focusing more on my physical and mental as well, my game. So I feel that I'd be able to implement that on the court, and I do really well in my matches.
The Southwest Tennis Club putting an emphasis on the youth. They held a clinic this past weekend at the Flamingo Gardens Park.
So often we see adults out here playing, and the kids are on their way to school, and after school they see all of this tennis activity, and for some reason they don't see themselves being included, and they often ask, can we play? And so we as a club, Southwest Tennis Club, decided that we need a youth arms, and so we start to extend ourselves and use our club as an opportunity to galvanize and bring this community together and get these kids involved. Something they look forward to. We use the ball, basically red ball in the beginning, because it's easier to control and it's age appropriate simply by international standard. So we want to fall in line basically with all of the practices basically used by all of the tennis nations.
The Cat Island Fishing Festival, dubbed a smashing success. It included the junior division this year, which was won by Lisa Johnson, who beat all the boys.
My mother mostly goes, she used to like fish, and she good at cleaning fish.
Do you do it often?
Fishing? Yes, sir. A lot.
When you see you was getting advantage of them, and some of these boys wasn't able to clean the fish, what was going through your mind?
I don't know, because like, I expected Gio to win, and I don't even know, I was just shocked I win. I feel good, because I thought he's going to win, and I get bragging rights, so you know, that's good.
And that will do it for sports. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.